Dave, Greg Ray is a very, very special young man to have the wherewithal to tell all of his classmates the first time he ever drove a race car that I'm going to Indy. And he's been there, and now he's done that.
That's exactly right. He's riding in first position right now. We are under red. The red flag is out at the Lowe's Motor Speedway right now, the Visionaire 500K. Let's show you after 79 of 208 scheduled laps. Greg Ray's in first. Scott Goodyear in second. Cheever is third. Sam Schmidt has climbed to fourth, and Mr. Bichler now fifth. And here's 8 through 10. After 79 laps, we'll be back. We're back at the Visionaire 500 in Charlotte, North Carolina. The race red flagged right now for an incident. 79 laps complete. Donnie Bichler has climbed all the way to fifth, and he's with our Calvin Fish.
He certainly has had a great run. Started in 10th, up in the top 5, Donnie. What's it like running under the lights here at Lowe's Motor Speedway?
It's almost better than daytime. It is. They've really got this place lit up well. So as far as the sun being in your eyes, we can't complain about that.
You're used to running under the lights, but probably not this bright, correct?
That's right, yeah. The darkness and the mud and everything else that goes along with dirt track racing.
Seems like you've really struck up a good relationship with Gilles Age, and you guys really got a good car underneath you now. Are you going to be able to do the full season and run strong at Indy?
Yeah, that's really what we needed last year, was someone who come on our team and give us that edge that we didn't have. And we were kind of feeding off a few people, but we needed to hire an engineer that knew what he was doing. And he is on for the rest of the year, and we plan on running the full series.
The tire temperatures tonight is a concern when you sit here under caution, when we go back to green flag racing. How much consideration is that for you when you actually accelerate through the gears? Do you really need to take a couple of laps to get some heat into those tires?
Yeah, I try to, and I think maybe the first lap, I think that's probably what happened, is they jump on it too quick, and it is very cool out here tonight. And they even stress that in the drivers' meeting to us. So, you know, if you spin, it's your own fault because you've been warned, and you do need to take extra time. We actually took an extra lap, warm-up lap, before the race even started, just to get the tires up to temperature. So I'm concerned about it. I just try to take it a little bit easy.
Okay, great run tonight, and Vince has another story, guys.
Well, one of the great stories of the night has been the run of Buddy Lazier. Lazier started a little towards the back of the pack, but he certainly made his way toward the front in a hurry. He's challenged for the lead, and right now sits 7th, but you've got a better car than 7th place.
Oh, I think so. My guys have worked so hard, you know, with our Delta Faucet Coors Light Delara. It's a wild day. It's cold, and you got to make sure you got heat in the tires. I think we've got a really good race car. I was I think the first one through the incident here, and there's just carbon fiber bouncing everywhere. So I felt a tire get cut down, and while we were leading under the yellow, the tire went flat. I continued on for several laps with a flat tire, but we opted to come in and change it and you know, get ready to run here. So
talk about some of the battle up front, because there's been some good racing tonight.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's really great. There's so much talent in this series, and the series is so evenly placed equipment-wise. So it really comes down to strategy and your lines and what you're able to do that the others don't. And you know, we've got something, I think, for everybody. You never can. You don't have an advantage in this series. This is a tough series, but we're pretty tough tonight. We got a pretty good car.
Buddy Lazier, he's already won once before here in 1997. Looks to do it again here tonight.
All right, thumbs up from Buddy Lazier, riding in 7th position. And after 79 of 208 laps, let's run you through the top runners right now. Ray's in first. Sharp in 6th position. Lazier 7th. Dismore has made it to 8th. Kenny Breck is now 10th. And Robbie McGee, the rookie, at 9th. Billy Bode 11th. Raul Boisel, Stefan Gregoire, and Robbie Buell now in 15th. And John Hollinsworth started last. He's in the top 15 as well. Salazar 17th. Johnny Unser 20th in this field. Roberto Moreno is at 19th. 79 of 208 laps, the Visionaire 500K from the Lowe's Motor Speedway. We will have much more for you, an update on why the red flag coming up right after this. Stay with us. It's the Visionaire 500K from the Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina. The race red flagged right now for an accident in turn 4. Some debris flew into the stands. We're waiting for an update, and Calvin Fish is standing by in the pit area with one of the competitors. Calvin?
Well, Kelly Racing have really been struggling a little bit in the races this year, qualifying very well. Scott Sharp currently 6th. How's the setup tonight, Scott?
Well, certainly, obviously not quite where we want it to be. Chasing a little bit, it's real slippery out there for us. We've just trying to utilize each pit stop to make the car better and better. The last pit stop, the Delphi guys made some great changes, got us a little bit more competitive, picked up a little bit of speed, a little bit comfort, but we have a little ways to go.
Seems the main concern for you is down in turn 4 with the bumps. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is. I tend to run a higher line through there, which I find is a little bit smoother. I'm pretty amazed at the kind of throttle and speed some of those guys can carry on the bottom of the racetrack, because it would feel like off-roading if I did that.
Mike Horvath, your engineer and actually chief mechanic, said you were trying to work with tire pressure, soften that up a little bit, but that means that it takes longer for the car to come in.
It does. The biggest thing, we don't like the slide. You know, the car really has a pretty good slide, and it can get a little loose on us down in 1 and 2. And I think even if we can gain more grip down here, we'll be faster. So if you've got to deal with the bumps a little bit, that's not too bad.
Kelly Racing, they hope they have an opportunity to make a couple more changes, get Scott to the front of the pack. Vince Welch has another story.
Well, here's the brain thrust of Dick Simon Racing. Dick Simon, the big boss, and the driver, Stefan Gregoire, and chief mechanic, Richie Simon. Stefan has really made a nice run tonight, moved all the way up from 27th to 13th. What's been the secret?
Well, we've been doing a good job. The team has been doing very, very good pit stops. The strategy have been working good for us. You know, I took it easy a little bit at the beginning because it's kind of cold right now, so it's hard to get temperature in the tires, but once after 5, 6 laps it's okay. And we've been communicating a lot with the team to set up the race car, because it's not 100% perfect. It's never perfect actually, but we do a good job right now. I'm very happy.
You've gone to a rather different and extreme suspension change. Maybe talk a little bit about that and how that's affected your car.
Yeah, it's a shame we didn't have more time, because I'm sure it's a very good decision from Dick Simon to have tried it. Unfortunately, we got only 24 laps practice before the qualifying. I mean, we just didn't get enough time to really have a good handle of it. So we're still experimenting it right now. So it's not perfect, but I think it's going to work.
You like this racetrack. You finished in the top 10 the previous 2 races. Does it suit your style?
That's true. I like it. I mean, I've been top 10 the last 2 races, so why not today? I mean, today is going to be another top 10 for sure.
Yeah, Stefan Gregoire having a good run for Dick Simon tonight. Currently, he's 13th after moving all the way up from the 27th starting position.
All right, thank you, Vince. As the red flag is out here at the Lowe's Motor Speedway. The red flag is out due to some spectator injuries. We will have an announcement coming up from the Visionaire 500K when we return. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Pep Boys Indy Racing League at the Visionaire 500 under the lights here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The race, red flag right now. The machines aren't quiet. We had an accident in lap 61, and we are waiting for an announcement. There have been some injuries to spectators, and Ari, you hate to see this happening right now. It's a tough situation right now. And in fact, let's go to Jack Arute right now. Jack?
Well, Dave, I'm with H.A. Humpy Wheeler, who presides over the Lowe's Motor Speedway. Can you update us?
Yeah, Jackie, we've made the decision due to the fact that of the terrible accident up in the 4th turn and the debris that went in the grandstand, that we'll not continue the race. The race is canceled as of right now. And we ask everybody for their patience here in the grandstand in leaving the Speedway. And we ask prayers for those who have been injured, and it's a terrible thing that we had to call a race. Never had to do this before, but in respect to those people, I think it was the thing to do. And talking to the Indy Racing League people, Tony George and Leo Mel, they felt the same way, and it's just the humane thing to do.
Humpy, your crew went to work very quickly, had it all under control, but some things are not in your control, and that's what happened here.
Yeah, it was a terrible thing, and I just very regrettable, and it's something that will live with us for a long time.
It's a memory that all of us will not quickly put out of our mind, Dave.
All right, thank you, Jack Arute. A very somber time here at the Visionaire 500 Lowe's Motor Speedway, as this event has been red flagged and called off here tonight because of injuries suffered during an accident on lap 61. Again, Stan Waddles and John Paul Jr. on lap 61 made contact with the wall in turn 4. Some debris went into the stands, injuries to some fans, and so this event has been red flagged and canceled here tonight. And all right, this is a tough situation.
You would have to think that it's very serious, so this is all something that concerns all of us. After all, we're one big family, the fans, the drivers, the mechanics, everybody. So right now the drivers are disappointed that this bad accident has happened, and they're also disappointed that they can't continue to race. It was certainly a good race, but we're not going to see the end of it tonight.
That's right. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to those who were injured here tonight at the Lowe's Motor Speedway in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Visionaire 500K. I'm Dave Calabro, along with Jack Arute and Ari Lyondike, Calvin Fish in the pit area, along with Vince Welsh. I'm Dave Calabro. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for our patience.